Hey everybody, Antipeter1M here. I'm going to talk about a few issues in as artificial intelligence in this video. So artificial intelligence is taking many people's jobs and it will continue to do so in the next decades. But I feel this is an essentially good thing. It will cure many inefficiencies. So for example, we have so many politicians who are bickering and debating amongst each other, wasting so much of our taxpayers' money and our time and so on. And we can create a much more efficient society. It's not only politicians, lawyers, even doctors, for example, will be overcome by, will be superseded by AI technology. As someone like Gary Vaynerchuk would have told you, AI is just an extension of technology that existed many decades ago and started to exist with the advent of the radio, the television, the train, everything like that. So it's not exactly a new thing. It's just an extension of what's happened before, and it's a sort of enhancement, or if you don't like it, an exacerbation of what happens when technology comes into society. Now, for someone like myself who doesn't work, I don't have a full-time job or even a part-time job. I work as a volunteer for a few hours a week, but um, I'm not affected. My job is not affected by the advent of AI, so it's not something that worries me. And being a minimalist as well, I realize that there are pros of being a minimalist with an AI sort of future, because I'm not worried that my job is going to be taken, and I'm not dependent on a huge income, as many people seem to be. So, despite this, I do support the universal basic income. UBI is a system whereby everybody gets a payment for living expenses. From my point of view, it shouldn't be very large. It should be about as large as, or slightly larger than my current disability support pension. But it shouldn't be as low as the kind of garbage amount of money they're giving to unemployed people in Australia at the moment, which is below the living standards that anyone would ascribe as being reasonable. But I worked at Telstra TSA, which is Telco Services Australia, for a month as a trainee, and I realised that this sort of job is not a sort of job that a human would like to do over a very long period of time. And so it's with AI doing this sort of job in the future, it's going to be a huge benefit to humankind. One thing I will never get used to, however, is the AI kind of voices that they use. I'm not a fan of AI roboticized voices. I just don't like them. I think they're very unmusical. And I fear that a lot of people will still gravitate or kind of be very nostalgic for the human touch and everything that happens. So even now, when I've got the train announcements, the public service announcements on Brisbane trains, speaking so much, it's like noise pollution to me, and I really hate that. And I really despise that. Now, also with AI, the divide between those who have technological capabilities and those who don't will become more ingrained and deeper. So, including those people like minors of a very young age, babies and young children who have no idea of technology or are still learning technology, these people will be at a disadvantage and become scared of certain things, just as babies are scared of planes, the noise of planes, or it's going to be worse when AI comes into it, because they're going to be robots, they're going to be things which are very alien and scary to young people. And whilst they will get used to it, it's kind of like putting them in hot water for a while. And I think this is the case with all social media. I think the youth experience with social media is testament to the fact that these young people don't fully enjoy social media, even though it's a tool. It's sometimes a very scary and sometimes a very alienating and somewhat sterile kind of tool to use. It's also going to be a problem with police. I am one of those people who are antagonized by the police very easily. And when they have more AI tools, faster cars, better mobility, and so on, I'm going to be scared. But overall, I still think AI is going to be a good thing because of the other advantages to the rest of society, not just the police. So with surveillance, for example, public surveillance, you've got facial recognition technology and that sort of thing, which is very, very scary. And I think it's just a matter of getting used to it and accepting the pros and the cons at the same time. But and assuming, of course, that you believe there are more pros than there are cons. So overall, I remain highly in favor of AI technology and an AI-supported future for our society. I think it's going to be an exciting future. I'm looking forward to owning a robot or something, maybe. Nothing extravagant as a minimalist, but I think it will be exciting, and I hope that the future will change. Everything will change for the better, and the problems that we have in the rest of the world, like climate change, will become even more of a problem, but we'll have something to go on with, air conditioning in our housing and that sort of thing. Okay, folks, I will talk more about this in the future, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.